Okay, let's say someone tells you, hey, I want to do this with you. Doesn't matter what, okay? You can take it sexually or whatever. They say, I want to do this. You say, no, I have work to do. They say, please. And you say, no, but I have this to do. And they keep on saying, please, please, please. What's the worst that's going to happen? Can you please do this? And then eventually you say yes. That's not consent.
Exactly.
That is not consent. Welcome everyone to TwoXTalks, our live podcast, where we talk about topics that are women related, sometimes fun and sometimes complicated. The topic for today is consent. No still means no. Now, the inspiration for the topic came from a show we both watched. It's called Chiraya. It's about marital rape, and it condemns it, and it's against it. And I remember when it came on Hotstar, I purposefully was avoiding it. I didn't want to watch because I knew the storyline. It's about marital rape, and it says it's bad, and I'm like, why do I need to watch this?
Yeah.
Because I already know it's bad. It's not like it's gonna teach me something new. And if you watch something like this, it does affect you. Now, I'm the kind of person who watches a lot of violent movies. It doesn't matter to me.
You watch a lot of horror movies.
Yeah, horror, violence, gore. It doesn't affect me that much. That's because when you see something like this, like let's say a war movie, you're like, it's not gonna happen to us. I mean, currently a war is happening, but it's still not happening right here, right?
Yes.
It doesn't happen like that. So let's say 2012, that movie,
oh my
the
God.
destruction movie, yeah? It's fun to watch because it's impossible for it to happen like that.
True.
So I watch it. But when you see something like where a woman is affected, specifically I avoid rape movies. Why? Because it's reality.
Yes.
It is. I am a privileged person. I'm gonna agree with this. I'm very privileged. Very thankful that things haven't happened to me at that level. So I know that things can change. I mean, just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it won't. So that's why movies like this, shows like this, where you talk about rape, talk about harassment, it's
Acid
hard
attacks.
to watch.
Yeah.
Acid attack. It's hard to watch because that is the reality. And so as I was watching it, I finally decided, let's give it a go. Not because it was going to teach me something new. It was because, well, I wanted to support them because if you're making something, you need an audience.
Yes.
And so that it reaches more people. So I watched. And anyways, I was in a bad phase in my personal life. Doesn't matter what it was. And I was watching. And I cried. I ugly cried. And here's the thing. It doesn't show things in that show very, what do you call that? Explicitly.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, most of it is implied, and sometimes the scenes cut away. And it doesn't have to do that. It still affected me. Because that is the reality.
True.
And then I asked myself, why do we make shows, movies like this? There are times when you post something on Instagram or Reddit, for example, you talk about something like this, that this XYZ is wrong, and you talk about it, and someone is going to comment, you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
They'll say the person that you want this message to reach to isn't on the internet or on Reddit or WhatsApp or Instagram. That's right. The actual person, the criminal, isn't gonna watch this and be like, oh, this,
They are talking about me.
I have to change.
Yeah.
Might as well he won't watch because the criminal would be like, this is against my morals.
Yes.
So they're not gonna watch. Then who is gonna watch? The person who are on the fence, I think. If you've seen that, you have seen.
Yeah,
obviously.
I have watched the movie. Series.
And if you think this is a spoiler or whatever, it's not. First of all, it's reality, and whether we talk about it or not, you know what's gonna happen. So watch anyways. Watch this podcast anyways.
Yeah.
Maybe watch the show before you want to watch this podcast. Whatever. Just don't skip our podcast. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. So in that show, there's this protagonist, and I'm so bad with names. Do you remember her name?
No.
Because I remember the name of the other woman.
No, I don't remember.
Kamlesh is the
Kamlesh, yeah,
is the
because
bhabhi.
obviously
Pooja.
Pooja.
How did we forget Pooja? Okay. Okay. So in that show, within the show, I realized it's made for people like Kamlesh.
Is it?
Yes, I'll tell you.
Okay.
You see, the main protagonist, Pooja, she's liberal.
Huh.
Okay. She reads a lot. She's aware of news. She is an ally for the LGBT. You also see her in the, what do you call that? LGBT parade. Yeah, she was there. So she knows.
Protest,
about-
that was a protest, yeah.
huh. So she knows everything. She knows about all the rights. Her sister-in-law in the sense her husband's bhabhi,
Yeah.
not her brother's wife, whatever. I don't know why I'm giving this explanation. So yeah, she isn't aware of all this. Okay, she's a very she has grown in an environment that doesn't let women study or whatever. At least her mother's house, that isn't shown, but you can tell that is how Kamlesh has grown up. Whereas her in-laws' house seems pretty progressive when you think of it. Just seems, looks, isn't.
Yes, exactly.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
So when Kamlesh sees that Pooja is hurt, she's concerned. She asks her what happened after the marriage. She asked what happened, and she was concerned for her. But then when she says that my husband raped me, she obviously didn't get it, because how can a husband?
For her, this thing can never exist.
Yeah, how can a husband rape you? So she didn't get it, but she still tried to understand, and she went to those LGBT people, that NGO, and asked what is consent.
Yeah.
and as she kept asking and asking, she realized that this was needed for her. Okay, she understood. And but where would she get such an information? In that show, she was able to go to an NGO like this.
Exactly.
And in real life, I guess we are that NGO. We are playing the part of that NGO. So that's why I'm saying, okay, this podcast, this kind of topics, everything are for people who are on the fence, because victims don't need to know this. They're already traumatized. The criminals,
The abusers.
Yeah, the abusers, they're not going to change this quickly. It's for people in the between, people like Kamlesh, who know that rape is wrong, but somehow they think that rape is only violent. It's only when the other person says no, no, no. And it's something that only happens
An outsider.
Outsiders.
Yeah.
So when she was explained properly, she understood. So that's why this conversation is people for like this. And in the end, who fought for it? She did.
She did. Yeah.
Pooja couldn't.
Yeah.
She didn't have the power. She didn't know what to do. Kamlesh fought. And that's why we are talking this. So that the people on the fence who are right there, who understand, and because in the end, they are the one who's going to fight.
And they will become the Kamlesh who was like literally taking everything control in her own hands. Like, yeah, right. True. And when you started talking about this thing and you said like to that extent these things did not happen with you yet. It felt so bad because every day we go through something or the other which feels like, okay, isse bura kya hi hoga? Okay, or maybe
what's the worst that can happen?
Thanks for translating. Yeah, or maybe something happens with us and we are like, okay, I'll just ignore it, because not many will understand. The people have a tendency to blame the victim more than the abusers. They're like, why did you step out? Why did you wear that? Why did you do that? Why did you like talk with a stranger person? You know that stranger danger thing. Then why did you do it? But the problem is that you never are educating us properly. Like, how do we discriminate? Because a person who is living inside your home can equally harm you as a person who is living outside of your home. So that differentiation we cannot make as humans, because Pooja trusted, what was the name of the guy?
Arun,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I checked actually.
Okay, yeah, Pooja trusted him with like everything she had, because he was portrayed like that only, right? A very sweet guy, and he will respect her opinions, views and everything. You remember the scene when Kamlesh went to their place because Pooja joined the protest. Yeah, she joined the protest, so Kamlesh just went there. She took the engagement ring out, and then when Pooja came back to their place, like Arun's place, Arun only made Kamlesh wear the ring to Pooja, and Pooja gave her like hand, like, okay, you only wear the ring to me. So there it showed like, okay, this guy is very progressive. He knows what kind of a thing, happening and stuff. He showed respect to his bhabhi as well as to Pooja. Like, you two sorted out amongst each other. It showed he has a maturity kind of a
To
thing.
be fair, I didn't like him from the first scene onwards.
Why?
Because he hardly knew Pooja and he's like, yeah, I want to marry her.
We all know why, because there was this scene also where he was sitting with his friends before the wedding, drinking and stuff. There his friends were like, asking him, what are the plans of your honeymoon? How will you do what, where will you go, and stuff like that. So he was only excited because of the honeymoon phase.
Most Indian men, sorry to say, it's not a stereotype, but this is the truth. Most Indian men marry to have sex because they are not getting it without sex, because premarital sex is frowned upon, relationships is frowned upon in India, which is the most populated country in the world. And that's why a lot of the men marry simply because it is going to give them a license to have sex. So obviously that is their main concern.
Exactly. And I just hate to admit it that this thing exists in this generation. It will continue to exist in the upcoming as well, because no matter how much we fight, even after, okay, I'll give you an example why I said that this will continue in the upcoming generation as well. I posted about this thing on my LinkedIn profile, okay, because there were a lot of memes, literally memes on Instagram. There were these people like, okay, इसने शादी कर लिया है, इसने तो license दे ही दिया है. Like, who makes this kind of rules that if somebody is, you're married to somebody, you have license, you have access to their body for the rest of your life. They were making this kind of reels, and the reels had so many likes and comments like, ha bhai sahi hai, yes brother, it's absolutely right, ladies logo ka to kaam hi hai nakhre karna, if they are in a relationship then it's a fine, but after marriage if the husband asks for sex then that is wrong. And so many men, they were agreeing with that particular reel. I know you have something to say, but let me just yeah. So I posted about that particular reel on my LinkedIn, okay? There was no filter in my post. I straight up said that this thing only, like, why do Indian men think that there's a license, once you get married to somebody, you have the license or lifetime access to that woman's body? I mean, marriage does not comes with a contract, right? And it is a very pure and auspicious thing, I believe. So if you're marrying somebody just for their body or just for having sex or just for making babies, then please don't do that. Don't ruin somebody else's life. There, some men started commenting, oh, you wanted attention, that's why you posted about this thing on LinkedIn. If the situation was happening on Instagram, why did not you make a reel out of that thing? So the men here, they have issue with me posting about the topic, but they don't see any problem with the people making those kind of reels or making fun of this series or the situation. That is why I said that the mentality, like, which is shown in the series, that will continue to stay in this generation, in the upcoming generations as well. Yes, the percentage of these people will decrease, but hopefully, but still we have to keep fighting for what is right, and that is so miserable. We have to fight for what is right.
Absolutely. And the fact that they need to be told the nuance of consent. Why? Okay, they think I have married. They think what marital rape means, that you simply can't have sex with your wife. No. Okay. Let's flip it this way. First of all, us women are just as interested in sex as you are. That you have to agree. It's not like we are an alien species. We are just as interested. So now I ask you, men or whoever, if you're sick, would you still have sex? If your head is hurting, would you still have sex? No, right? But maybe because biology made you horny all the time, so you think that is the default setting, that everyone always wants to have sex. But there would be time where you wouldn't want to, and so obviously you wouldn't like to be forced. And that's what it is. If you have watched the show, at least if you have watched the show, you'll see that it was her first night after wedding, and the woman was sick because, Indian weddings, specifically Hindu weddings, they go on for longer, and she was too sick.
She was
and
suffering
from she was a fever, and she was taking medicines during her fairas and all. You can absolutely tell how hard it is. And she tells her husband that, and she says that she will do it tomorrow. And he doesn't listen. That is the nuance that you're not getting. Did she say, I'm never ever gonna have sex with you? No, just that night. And if you can't wait for one night, then what should I say? I mean, if it was them, if it was that guy himself, if he had some issue, he wouldn't have done it, right? But For him, her no has no
Meant
value.
nothing, meant nothing. Actually,
Yeah.
actually, true, true,
Yeah.
true. And
And he,
yeah.
it was so triggering for me because this guy, the way he was behaving, it's like he can't even hear what she's saying. Absolutely not hear.
His acting felt too real.
Yeah.
His acting literally felt too real. And the thing which you said, that she was sick and all, yes, in Hindu weddings especially, you have to fast for till you are getting, done with your rituals and stuff. And the fact that she was sick, he was able to see that she was sick, and then she had to say from her end ki, okay, not today, tomorrow. Why in the first place, why she have to say you this kind of things?
Yeah.
Can't you see?
And then, even after that, she's crying. He's forcing. Do you really want to have sex with someone who's crying? I mean, how do you not get it? That it's rape.
Yeah, exactly. And the reaction which he gave, like one time he did, she went out to let the family know and everything. Something happened. She just stopped herself and she came back. I don't exactly remember what the dialogue was, but what was her name? The Bhabhi's the
Kamlesh.
Kamlesh. Yeah, Kamlesh was saying something. Okay.
Ghar ki baat ghar pe rakho.
Exactly.
Something she
So
was
something
saying.
like
Whatever happens within your bedroom, you should keep it
yeah,
within
something
your
like
bedroom.
that maybe. So she just comes back to the bedroom, and she literally, after all these things, whatever she went through, she still was expecting for her husband to understand ki okay, now he will understand me, so let me just let him know I am not in the mood, let's just stop this thing here and not continue. What does he do?
He does it again.
And the way he does, he says this thing very clearly, एक बार किया है ठीक है,
Don't do the mistake again.
Don't do the mistake
This mistake won't happen again. And it's in Hindi, so it seems like he's saying, I won't do that
Yeah,
mistake again.
exactly.
But in the end, it's saying that to her, that you don't do that
yeah,
mistake
so
again.
I was like, I felt like okay, this man is changing.
And then he immediately does. And you know what was even more worse? I'm not sure if you remember this. Is that he says, the first time you do it, it hurts. It will always hurt a girl.
Yeah.
That is another thing that I want to get it out. If it's hurting, give it more time. That is not a universal truth. If it hurts that you have to do it, you have to give it more time. And they don't get it. And under that sentence, under the guise of that sentence, you again indulge in something that she doesn't want to do.
That is so pathetic, yeah.
And what's worse is this woman had no support from her family.
Oh God.
So she tries to go back, says that I am willing to forgive everything. I am
She even
scared
goes to
of
the
you.
honeymoon, yeah.
I'm scared of you and I do not want to be scared of you. So can we start over again? That, I don't want to say bad words here, but that guy had another opportunity to make things better and he didn't. He didn't hear her again. But in the last episode, he does say that one time you came to me, gave me a chance. This is my chance. Can you give me another chance? So you did hear her.
Yes.
But at the time,
correct.
He didn't.
Yeah.
And she's crying again.
Because he did not want it to know. As you said, like he was acting, he was deaf. He cannot hear her words and cries. Because he wanted to do those things with her.
He can hear. He doesn't want to accept.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
And okay, and here's the thing. Consent isn't always about sex. Consent is about you don't want to do something, so you won't do it. And someone is forcing you to do it. So that is the thing. Now, okay. A lot of the women, if you're listening online, if I ask you, have you ever received a creepy DM in your life? You're gonna say yes, right? And if you were younger, you would have received it more frequently. There was a time, Somali, I had a new mobile and I don't know how it happens, but men usually get your number and then they start to talk. They don't know who you are. The only thing they know is that you're a woman and they will try to talk. And there was this one guy trying to talk to me and I'm like, bruh, I don't know who you are. Please stop. And he kept on talking and talking. And I was like, how is he not getting it? I'm telling him, I don't want to talk to you. I don't know who you are. Why are you not getting it? And that was the first time where my consent where was not taken seriously, where my no had no value. I had to, give him a long ass message and all. Finally, he's like, oh, okay, get you. I won't do that again. Can we be friends? I was like, what the fuck? And then I guess I might have blocked him or whatever, I don't know. Because blocking also doesn't help because they do keep getting your number.
Exactly.
And then there was another time, like I said, you keep on getting creepy messages and creepy calls. One time, there was this man, he kept on calling, okay? I don't know who he was. And he kept on doing that, trying to talk. And then one day my father was there and he called again. And I gave the phone to my father. I was like, Papa, just talk to him. Just say something. And he just said hello or whatever. Those calls stopped coming. My father didn't even have to say anything. I didn't even explain it to him exactly what happened. So that's the thing. Another man's no has more
has a
value.
very impactful thing. Yeah.
Like, let's say a guy approaches you, because you're single, and you keep on saying, no, I don't have time for dating, this and that, whatever. They don't get you. You say, oh, I have a boyfriend. They're like, oh, okay, fine. I'll back away.
Even then, I'll tell you the best thing. Even I saw this thing on reels. Okay, like even now, if you say a man like I have a boyfriend, they will like they don't have to know. So the best thing you can do is just say them I'm a feminist. They'll they'll run off. No, that is the fact because they don't. First of all, they don't understand the meaning of feminist. Second of all, they think feminism is a thing, is a disease. So they will just run away from you. So use it. Take the tip.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was good. Okay, one question. Do you think it's getting dark?
I think.
Should we check?
Yeah. So we are taking a pause.
Yeah, because I think the room is getting dark. We're gonna turn on the lights, and you might not see this part, or maybe you will put it. Just iske baad wala gap you won't see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check.
Yeah, let's check. No, it's good.
Okay, I'll tell you. Sometimes this is a very important nuance of consent. Okay, let's say someone tells you, "Hey, I want to do this with you." Doesn't matter what. Okay, you can take it sexually or whatever. They say, "I want to do this." You say, "No, I have work to do." They say, "Please." And you say, "No, but I have this to do." And then they keep on saying, "Please, please, please. What's the worst that's going to happen? Can you please do this?" And then eventually you say yes. That's not consent.
Exactly.
That is not consent. Now, if you amplify this to a sexual level, it's even worse. In any other level, also worse. If someone is not agreeing and you keep on forcing them, and then eventually they are gonna say yes. See, if they love you, they are gonna say yes. Or if they're scared of you, they are eventually gonna say yes. So that is not consent. Consent needs to be enthusiastic. Consent doesn't need to be forced out of another person.
Correct.
And I'm asking you this, whether you're a man or a woman, has this happened to you? Or have you been that kind of a person where you kept on asking? Because the first time the answer was no. And then eventually the answer was yes. And then that somehow makes them feel at a moral high ground that I didn't do it until I was given a yes.
Exactly. They feel like, okay, she said no at the first, but then eventually she or he said yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. A no is a no.
Yeah.
A no is a no. And if somebody, like you said, even if somebody is scared of you, they will ultimately, out of fear, they will say yes. That yes is not a consent. Because you have to understand, if you're asking somebody the same question over and over and over and over again, and the initial time he or she used to say, no, I don't want to do it. I don't have time. Please respect my boundaries and stuff. If you have to beg for, them understanding, for their understanding, just stop that connection and
ask once.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it. Because one time is more than enough to understand even if the person whom you're asking for something, they're interested or not. Twice, thrice, that is you're just forcing yourself on them.
Also, when someone says no, don't always ask why. No is a complete statement.
Exactly. Correct.
If the other person wants to provide a reason on their own, they would have. If they wanted to do something with you, they would do it. You don't have to keep forcing. Stop doing that.
And we started with the series Chiraya, but the thing is that this thing is very common. Like, it's not just because they made a series out of it. The series came into play because there are real life incidents and situations. There are so many Kamlesh, like you said, out there who don't even understand what is right and what is wrong. But if you see Kamlesh's house, like her grandfather, that was right, to whom they went, Nana. Yeah. So he is a very good person. Now there can be two reasons why Kamlesh never had to witness all these things, because back in her home, his grandfather made sure, Kamlesh, the name, sorry, I'm being a bit stereotypical here, but her grandfather made sure, maybe this can be the case, like he made sure nobody treats a woman like an object. And that is why she never, and also her husband was
was such a gem.
Yeah,
maybe
her husband,
that's why she never realized that
and
this, because her husband obviously never must have forced. You can clearly tell.
Yeah, in the
So she
flashbacks.
so she doesn't get it.
Yeah, and also her husband in the last scene when they were all, rioting and revolting in the ghat scene where they showed that they were going to read the part of the Devis and everything. There, her husband, what he did is, he said it, and I loved that part. There are men like me who believe that if I am not participating in the wrong, I'm in the right. But I'm equally supporting the wrong by staying quiet.
Absolutely.
And that is, you have to understand, if you are a man or a woman who don't understand consent, if you are listening to this, please understand, just because you are staying quiet or not participating in the dirty conversations, the dirty activities, that doesn't make you a saint. You are equally helping the others who are making this kind of situations and spreading this kind of hatred and misogyny out in the world. You have to stop them then and there, because just thinking like, okay, I'm quiet, I'm not talking, I'm not supporting them, I'm good, it doesn't happen that way.
If you do not revolt against the system, and if you say, I'll just stay apolitical, you're basically still taking a side, and you're taking side of the system. When you do not speak up, you are speaking and you are saying that I am inside of whatever the status quo is.
Yeah,
So don't say that.
exactly.
At this point, I actually hate centrist people rather than left or right. I mean, take a freaking side.
Yeah, exactly,
Seriously, take a
exactly.
freaking side. Even if it's a bad side, take a side.
Yeah, because
I mean, ideally do take a good side, but take a side.
yes, true, exactly.
Educate yourself. Don't say I'm apolitical. Politics doesn't concern me. It concerns you. And
Everyone.
It's raining.
Yeah, it's raining.
It's finally raining. It was important for us people in Bangalore.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Good thing. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so we were talking about what? Yeah, how
Taking a side,
taking a side. Yeah, obviously. Even if you think that your thinking process is not matching with the person who's taking the side of the good part, take the side of the evil part. Don't just for the sake of no. I'm saying, see, there are some people who pretend that they are nice. Okay,
No, they're even worse.
show your real side, please. Show your true colors.
So that it's easy for us to,
eliminate you people from the life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so true, because hiding.
And there are people, okay, who are like, I don't want to get inside this, your whatever issue is happening. There was this one person, we all have stalkers in our life. Everyone has someone who keeps on pestering us. So this person's friend texts me and says something that he wants to talk to you or whatever. Basically, his friend had no idea. It was that stalker only who took his phone and sent a message like that. And then I was pissed because I was done with this stalker guy. And now there's another person who's doing this. And I said to him, dude, your friend is doing this. Can you freaking stop him? Or I'm going to put a complaint. Yeah. And he's like, you solve your own matter. You two solve your own matter. This doesn't concern me. I was like, freaking dude, he's using your phone for this.
Yeah.
What do you mean it doesn't concern you?
Wow.
So that's the thing. Seriously, your friend is using your phone. He's going to incriminate you with, and even if he doesn't, okay, even if he doesn't use your phone and pretends to be you to talk to someone else, if your friend is doing something like that, would you really not tell that person that it is wrong and illegal to do? And then there is a thing that smaller boundaries, I guess I might have said this in earlier podcasts as well, is that when someone doesn't respect you, respect your smaller boundaries, they are not going to respect your bigger boundaries. Yeah. And that's, you need to know this and cut those kind of people out of your life. Yeah. I'm going to give you an example. I have given this example, but it seems appropriate, so I'm going to give it again. So I went on a date long time ago, and it was like, usually like, it was just first date, and I was already gonna meet this person the next time, and yet this person kept pestering me, hey, can you meet me tomorrow? I'm like, dude, I have work to do, I have interviews to give, I have to study. It's like, 1 more hour is not gonna hurt you, ditch it, this and that. I said no, and I kept on saying no, and I'm so sorry, it's so sad that this is not one person that did that to me. This has happened multiple times, and there's a reason where I haven't gone on more than one date with any person at this point. Like, I was ready. I was anyways gonna meet. But then you keep on doing this.
And it takes a lot of courage. You have the courage in you, to understand that this is not right. You have the clarity in your mind and the courage to say no as well. Not many can do that, because when you're saying no to somebody, this happened with me. Okay, I'll give you one example. When I think I was in college at that time, and I had not many friends during that time, because because of my bad habits, I cut off my friends and everything, even my best friend. So during that phase of my life, there were certain boys who were my friends. Okay, both of them were good friends of mine, at least I believed, and I had no intention of making them my boyfriend or anything as such. But there was this one guy who kept pestering me, like he wanted to have a date with me, some sort of a situation like that. So me, this guy and the other guy, we three used to hang out together. Okay, so I told him, okay, we three are hanging out together, so it's a fun date only, we three are together going out eating stuff and clicking pictures and all. He's like, no, just me and you. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. He's like, what harm will it happen? You know me already, so I'm not going to harm you or anything. I'm like, dude, I don't want it. I think that is a sentence in itself. A no is a sentence in itself. So what makes you feel like if you keep giving me more, situations where you can take me out there, or you can give me this, you can give me that, my answer will change. That won't change. Now, ultimately, I had to cut all of my connections with that guy. I blocked him from everywhere. I changed my number. I changed my phone and everything. So I deleted his numbers and stuff. I even blocked him from my social media and all. But you know what happened? Just like you said, they find a way to,
Absolutely.
piss you off. I don't know from where he got my number again. He messaged me someday, and suddenly it's like and the message, not hi, hello, anything. Hey, will you go out on a date with me? Out of the blue. And I felt so scared. I was like, what do you want exactly? Why you are doing this to me? He's like, no, I'm just your friend, so I just want to take you out. And it doesn't happen that way. I was so scared at that time. I did not reply him. I could not even block him, because I felt like, what is the use of blocking this person? He is finding a way to,
Also, one of the reasons why we don't block
Yeah.
is we want to keep track of where you are in case you decide to physically stalk us.
Yeah.
So we do need to know what you
Yeah,
are
exactly.
up to.
Or that is also a lot of people, when this kind of incidents, even till date happens with me. Like somebody is mocking me online because I wrote a post for Chiraya series and stuff. They are like, okay, this man is saying bad stuff to you. Why don't you block that person? Why would I block that person?
Why? How about you ask that man to not speak those
Exactly.
kind of thing?
Why are we being told all the time, do not step out, do not raise your opinions that much, do not raise your voice that much, stay less opinionated, do not wear this kind of clothes, block that person? Blocking is not the solution in the first place. Blocking was never the solution. I will block one person today, two more guys will come tomorrow to piss me off in the same topic. And there are so many people in LinkedIn. This is happening. I'll give you one example. There is this girl who was harassed by a boy. Okay, what he did was he made multiple accounts, fake accounts. He did not verify his account, but he made multiple fake accounts just to piss the girl off, because she said something against men, bad men, not the good ones, obviously. So he got pissed off, like, oh my god, you're a feminist, as if feminist is a slang thing or a bad
An
thing.
insult.
Yeah, an insult. And she blocked every account he made. She blocked. But do you know how many accounts she had to block? 20 accounts. LinkedIn,
The
20
amount of
accounts.
free time some people have.
Exactly. So blocking is not the solution.
Absolutely. It shouldn't be.
Exactly. So that is the thing. Like, instead of saying the victim, like, don't do this, or instead of questioning the victim, their morality, like why you were there, what you were doing out late, or what kind of dress you were wearing at that time, rather just go and grab the abuser. Like, why the hell from where the hell you get the courage to do such a thing? That is the thing. That is the right question to ask.
Rape is the only crime where you question the victim rather than the
Abuser. Criminal.
Yeah. But why? Why were you doing this? You don't ask someone who got robbed or anything else, why were you doing this?
No. Why did you get robbed?
Yeah. Why did you get robbed? Why are you rich? Why do you have money?
Yeah.
You don't say that. You only say that to women because men are not going to understand, right? You're scared.
Exactly. And this is diabolic, Prachi.
It is.
This whole situation.
Another small consent definition I want to give is when sometimes people are not going to say no outright to you. One is because they're really scared of you, or because they have said no before and they've been hurt, like physically hurt by saying that. So a lot of the time this woman would do this. That women are not going to say directly no to you, that they are not interested in you, but they are going to give you multiple signs to tell you that they are not interested. They are not going to reply to your messages. Stop saying hi in their
My
inboxes.
God.
Then there are people who go beyond hi, start having a monologue by themselves. I have a Facebook, okay? There's one I don't open Facebook. One time I opened, and this person has been talking to himself for years in my inbox.
Oh God.
Write a diary, okay? Do not use my inbox for this.
Start vlogging.
So yeah, either they'll keep on saying hi, or they will not notice, or maybe pretend not to notice that they haven't been getting a response, and they'll keep on, trying to talk and talk. Understand, okay? Yes, we are all busy in this world, but if you were really important, someone is gonna find time out for you. So if the other person is not replying to you, it's because they are not interested. Don't make them say it that they are not interested in you directly. That is another thing. Why do you want a clear answer? Oh, I get it. If you're in a relationship, then you need a clear answer when suddenly the other person stops talking. Yeah, that's justified. But if you're new, if you've hardly known them, stop pestering them. And this is for those kind of people only, obviously. Because a lot of the women get messages like this. Always, our others inbox is full, and I wonder if men even know about others inbox, what an others inbox is.
Oh, that was nice.
I mean, stop saying hi, stop saying other thing. If we are interested, okay. Here's the thing. A lot of the time I've seen, maybe it's a stereotype or maybe that's just how we are, is that men make the first move. Women usually don't pursue men. That is, I will agree with it, kind of. But a woman is gonna make sure that it is easy. If she's interested in you, she's gonna make sure that it is easy for you to approach her.
Exactly the point.
So if you find it difficult to approach her, if it seems like life is getting in the way, something's coming in between, it's because she is not taking the effort. She doesn't want you in her life. Okay?
True.
So that doesn't mean you go out of your way. If she's interested, she'll let you know, or she'll make sure it's easy for you to approach her.
Yeah.
So stop pestering her.
That this is so right. Like, if somebody is interested in you, if a woman is interested in a man, she will share every little detail of the day, whatever events happened with her. But if she's not interested, maybe she's dying in the hospital, she will not even bother to let you know.
Absolutely.
So that easy, that simple it is.
Yeah.
And why do we even have to explain? Okay, we have to explain because people are dumb. Some people are really dumb. That is why we're explaining it to you people. Like, not to everyone, by the way. Like, people who find it so difficult to understand that consent is not a one time. It's like it is something you have to understand. It doesn't comes with an expiration date or something. Like, I'm saying you no, I'm saying you yes 10 o'clock in the morning. I definitely can say you no 10 or 5 in the morning as well. 5 minutes, if my mind changes, I will say you no.
Yeah.
You just can't.
And they like to think, the people who are against this, is that women are fickle-minded. They are gonna keep on saying this. Who in their right mind is gonna say no if they do want to do something?
Exactly.
If they're saying no, it's because they don't want to do it. Just because you're horny all the time doesn't mean we are. And try to see. So it can be anything. It isn't about that you were having sex and now you don't want to have it. It can also be about certain sexual acts that you don't want to do. So just because you started having sex and then suddenly things are changing and the other person wants to do something else, you can still say no. Right? And you can still, there are times where you can, maybe you're scared of that person, you might get some icky feeling, you can still say no.
Exactly.
So
yeah, this is also true. Yeah, correct.
So there's nothing wrong with that. Try to understand why this person is saying no to you. Something must be wrong with you, right? That doesn't mean you try to change the other person. You look inside yourself and change yourself. Stop forcing people, not just for sex, in general. Anyone says no to you, back off. Freaking back off.
Exactly.
It's not that hard. And the amount of videos I've seen, Somali, the reels that, okay, even with regards to Chiraya, the way this certain kind of men who are supporting it, and sometimes I feel maybe, okay, they might not have seen the show, so maybe that's why they're calling it. But most reels, it's right there, what's happening. It's shown right there. And still, they think they're not able to understand.
Exactly. The mindset is really scary because I'll tell you, Prachi, one thing. Whenever a new show is, getting released or something like that, the internet gets filled with reels and shorts. So this is not possible that these men who are making reels, making fun reels out of the tragedy which is being shown in the series, they don't know the context. They know the full context. They're just putting a blind eye to it because they want to make content. And if that is your whole and sole purpose, like you're making content out of somebody's misery, somebody's trauma, then you are the sickest person alive on this planet Earth, or maybe in this whole universe. Because like I told you about the reel, right, where this guy was talking like, if a boyfriend, if you're in a relationship, if you're doing it with your boyfriend, if you're having sex with your boyfriend, then it's fine. But when you're getting married, suddenly there is a thing called consent and stuff coming in between. Bro, understand.
Consent is with your boyfriend as well.
Exactly. We will never, nobody will in their sane mind will allow some random person to touch them or to sit with them in a close manner or something like that. Only if two of them are comfortable, mind you, two of them are comfortable, not just one, then only they can get close, be it their boyfriend, be it their family, be it their husband, be it their friends, anybody. So this logic which you're putting, like, just because your boyfriend, when you were in relationship, everything was right, and then when you got married, this consent thing came. No, man, that is not the case. Even when we are in a relationship with somebody, you are in a relationship with somebody, if you are, ask yourself how many times, not just sex, how many times you felt like, okay, I don't want to watch this movie, and your partner kept pissing you off by saying, no, let's go, I bought the tickets. So what, you bought the tickets, it's fine. You don't want to go, you don't want to go. No is a no.
Yeah. I mean, your no is important and our no is not.
Exactly. And why the hell this comparison should come? If a man says no, it holds a very big value. But if a woman says no, then you have to keep convincing her. We don't need the convincing.
Okay, there's this dialogue, एक लड़की के नाम में हाँ
Oh my
होता है,
God.
which is what Bollywood has perpetuated. When a woman says no, what she means is yes. This is what Bollywood says. No, this is bullshit. No means no. It doesn't mean yes.
I mean, we are well educated. Our family members taught us how to speak. So if we want to say yes, we will outright say yes.
Yeah, it's not that difficult for us.
Yeah, it is not difficult for us. Prachi, do you want to go out in the rain right now?
Not right now.
Exactly, not right now. That's
Maybe later?
Maybe later. Understood? That's how easy and simple it is for us to communicate with you people. You are making it difficult. Some of you don't want to communicate. You are just like communicating with your own thoughts. What is happening inside your mind, you just want to bring that thing out in the reality. That is not how things happen in reality.
And I thought maybe some people, if they were told this nuance that someone is not in the mood, don't force them to do it, they would understand. So I thought maybe they needed to be explained that. But I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos and Instagram reels, even before Chiraya. There's this guy called Samdeesh. You might have heard of him. So he did this YouTube video about marital rape. I think it was in Haryana or some state,
Yes.
I don't know. And he's talking to this men. And he's telling them, like, if your wife she doesn't want to do it, would you still do it? This man says, why not? I'm going to hit her till she says yes. You see it? If we had said, why is she saying no? I am her husband. I could have understood, okay, this guy just needs a little bit of knowledge and he will change. But he's outright saying, and I'm going to hit her. How dare she say no to me? That is the problem. So I always used to think that no, most people are on the fence. Just little bit of knowledge can change them. But sorry to say this, most people are not on the fence. Most people suck.
They do.
Most people know exactly well what it is.
They
They feel entitled to have it.
And you know what? We are grown-ups now, Prachi, right? So we very well know what the situation is and how we are. Oh my God.
It's okay.
Yeah, how we are, pursuing somebody or talking with somebody. So we know what our actions can do. So if somebody is saying like, oh, I was not aware, like you will feel bad because I said so, that person is outright lying at your face. He or she knows what they are doing to you at that moment. So if somebody is saying you can, no, I was not aware, like you will feel hurt or something like that. No, don't believe that. Are you lost somewhere?
It's raining.
Yeah.
It's raining good. We've been waiting for this rain for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, let's continue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time to end obviously because it's been an hour. So yeah, that's what consent is. It's not that hard. Educate yourself. In simple way, How do I say this? Just put it to yourself, okay? If you don't understand how consent works with regards to other person, just put it to yourself. How many times are you interested in doing a certain thing? And how would you like if you said no to something and you were forced to do it? Again, not sexual, not just sexual, anything. You wouldn't like it. So extend the same courtesy to the other person. When someone says no, just
Respect that.
stop right there. Just stop right there. No one says no just so that you can fight harder for it. Okay? So yeah, that is what consent is. Educate yourself.
Yeah.
And
Educate yourself.
yeah. And with that, we'll be ending this podcast. You can watch our podcast on our website, 2x.in. And yeah, that's it.
And we'll enjoy the rain right now. So yeah.
Okay.
Bye bye.
See you next month.